crazy time since the outbreak of the pandemic. The past 24 months, we've seen the industry shift, paradigm shift, and backtrack, and everything else in between. So where we're going from here, what's going to happen within the industry, and more specifically, what happens with our industry trade show, the AIMExpo. I came down to MIC headquarters to talk to Cinnamon Kernes about the state of affairs with AIMExpo. We've got good news. We do have a confirmed AIMExpo show date. It is going to be the traditional show date weekend, or week, President's Day, February 15th of 2023.
It is February 15th through 17th of 23. We're going to be back in Vegas, so we're excited about that. And it is the 15th, so for all of you worried about missing Valentine's Day, you actually do still have the opportunity to be at home for that. So no excuses, no excuses.
And Vegas is a transportation hub, so everybody should be able to get in and out of it. It's not like going into Indianapolis or Cincinnati in the dead of winter and having to worry about weather delays.
No, I mean, February in Vegas, it gets cool in the evening, but during the day it's perfect. You can't ask for better.
We're in the new show hall again, which worked out pretty well this past time. More than enough room to accommodate our group, with some room for expansion. So how are we looking with registers or pre-registered vendors?
So exhibitor registration is right on par with where we've been pre-COVID. So we're super excited about that. Our show floor is going to be double the size, or that's what we have available at the convention center, double the size that we had last year. So we are looking for significant growth on the aftermarket and OE side of exhibitors on the show floor.
Can we let the cat out of the bag that our friends at Tucker have doubled down and expanded their footprint?
They have. So Tucker is on board. They've been a great partner. They were a great partner last year. They'll be an incredible partner this year. They're sponsoring our industry party again. So Wednesday night will be the industry party powered by Tucker. They'll be bringing in e-bikes, their aftermarket brands, their house brands. So we're excited to have them on board again.
Is there going to be the same emphasis on e-bikes that there was this past show?
So this past show, there was some emphasis, not as much as we would have liked to have seen, but it was also, we were still in the middle of COVID. This year, we are bringing back the EBike Pavilion, and our team right now is actually working on building out a demo space on the show floor. So we expect a significantly larger presence of e-bicycles, just to be clear, on the show floor for sure.
Because we do have the room, any chance that we can have a demo area for the e-bicycles?
So yeah, that's what we're actually building out right now, is that we'll have the demo area for e-bicycles on the show floor.
I missed
so it'll
the
be
keyword
right there,
there, demo. So
yes.
Not just display, actual demos.
Exactly.
And with the loss of the IMS tour, these guys don't have a lot of places to go to reach into our market.
They don't, and I mean, AIMExpo is the perfect place for that. I mean, our dealers, we always talk about our dealers are the ones that connect with consumers, and what better place to connect with your dealers, your distributors, is at AIMExpo.
Well, there's big things coming from our traditional OEMs within the space, as well as the aftermarket and the hardcore bicycle industry seeing the light and coming our way. So looking forward to that portion of the show.
Yeah, us too.
Other home runs that we did have this most recent show was the education. Renewed emphasis, a change in the format on that, and now we've got Garage Composites going to step up again.
So AIMExpo's education, disruptive thinking, we launched last year, that actual platform, and it's designed to really get dealers engaged and thinking about bigger business, not just the smaller components that are important for business, like marketing and digital tracks and leadership, but really more about a global, higher vision of learning. And so disruptive thinking takes place on the show floor. It's on a main stage. We do have Tony Gonzalez confirmed from Garage Composites. And one of the things we did last year, we didn't talk about all that much, but what has happened is we've taken the MIC Communications Symposium that traditionally took place in November. And at the MIC Communications Symposium, we had speakers like David Savlowitz and Paul Leinberger and economists that talked about global and macro views. And we've actually taken the Communication Symposium and brought it to AIMExpo, and it's now part of AIMExpo's disruptive thinking platform. So we have David Savlowitz on board, We are looking at other speakers from outside industries such as Patty, the marine industry, other economists, obviously people from within the power sports industry. So you'll see all of that. And then this year, what's also different is we're bringing back the classroom component. So last year we didn't have the classroom component. So this year we'll be bringing that back. We'll be curating the content. We will have a digital marketing specific track. We'll have leadership, we'll have sales, we'll have F&I. So we'll be bringing all of those components back again so dealers can get the most out of their visit to Las Vegas.
Will that, the bugaboo has been, if we have the classroom separate, that takes traffic off the floor. So is that before and after show hours, or?
It'll be during show hours, but it's not going to be the back-to-back, relentless schedule that we've had in the past. So, one thing that we have committed to our exhibitors and to dealers to is allow them dedicated time on the show floor. So we're still working out the schedule, but we will make sure that there's dedicated time for education and dedicated time on the show floor.
In the aftermath of last year's show, what was the feedback that you got from the dealers and the exhibitors who attended?
I mean, I think the biggest takeaway was quality over quantity. So, our attendance numbers were pretty solid, all things considered. And when you walked around, the quality of the conversations that were happening, there was real business being done. And I think that's probably the biggest takeaway. And the most commonly heard feedback that we received was the quality of the attendee, the quality of the exhibitors, the quality of the business was better than actually any AIMExpo people had been at.
I would have to agree with that. And the fact that we did get together face to face, even if we had to wear masks for some of us, it still was an awesome show. And I like to see that return to our roots, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, we're an industry based on getting together, being outside, enjoying life, and that's, really what our trade show should be about. And, along the way, while we're doing that, we're improving our business, we're learning, we're networking, we're building relationships, we're seeing new products, we're getting the media involved. So, I mean, honestly, what more can you ask for? It doesn't make sense to me, and I've said this before, it doesn't make sense to me. How could you not go?
Open registrations, it already happened, right?
Registration just opened 2 weeks ago, I think. So AIMExPoUSA.com, that's where you go to register. It's free for all dealers. It's quick, it's easy, and there's, again, no reason to not register, to not be there.
So you mentioned AIMExpo.com. We've got a revamp on the website.
AIMExPoUSA.com.
Oh, USA.com. Okay, so new name, revamp of the site, new graphics, whole new approach to the marketing of the show.
Yeah, I mean, we refresh the graphics every year. I mean, the show needs to stay fresh. The content is fresh. We always want to have a new look, a new feel. So AIMExpo, it's always about connecting, engaging, and uniting those. So even though the graphics change, the message is still the same. Our industry needs to come together. We need to work together, and we need to have a united voice in what we're doing.